Hey, Steve827, on that comic book shooting thing. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. My father used to work in a place where he did magazines and he was like the guy in charge, and he got them out as, to the different places, distributors. And I can remember he would give me a stack of comic books like this every month. And I'd be a rich man today. Unfortunately, I'm not. But I can remember getting all the Marvel comics, like all the first ones. Spider-Man, X-Men, Daredevil, Thor, you name it. I all had like number 1 to number X or whatever. And they were 12 cents and they were hobby. And there was one called, I think it was Doctor Strange, where the guy was in like the cosmos. And we were supposed to be the ruined generation, the one that got ruined by television because we had the 8-second attention span from watching TV our whole lives and Daniel Boone and shit like that. But I'll tell you one thing. I knew a lot of fuck-ups when I was a kid, but not one of us thought we were Thor. I mean, we knew we could play Thor. I wanted to be Thor. Thor was cool, man. He got the chicks and he looked cool and he was Viking. But we all knew that they were fantasy. Now, what in the name of Holy Mary, Mother of Fuck, has happened to the world where people actually believe, like you said, that this is an instruction manual? Violence has become such a part of American culture. I mean, you shoot up a bunch of kids in Connecticut and everybody gets a big outrage. But everybody knows that the NRA is going to kill whatever that is. And just recently, these two people killed two cops. The cops are against it. And I'm sorry to break with you on this one because I like your raves. I think you're a cool guy. I wish we could even go out for a beer or something like that. I don't know where the fuck you live, but it would be nice. But I got to split with you on the gun thing because deep down I'm British and I really do believe that, you have a lot of guns and you're just promoting violence. And those guys really shouldn't be dead. You're right. And I hear about people who kill someone and then kill themselves. Motherfucker, why don't you just kill yourself first? That asshole in San Diego couldn't get laid, and then he goes out and kills people. Wow. He could have saved himself a lot of money and time and effort if he just shot himself in the balls about 4 times, and then he could have gotten his frustrations out on the world. And then there'd be one less stupid fuck in the world. But you're right. How people could equate a hobby now with a violent practice, but that's America. You always got to go for the simplest, lowest common denominator. X and Y equals double X and Y. There is no rhyme or reason to it. And it's so unfortunate that those people died. And unfortunately, it is gun violence that killed them. They say, guns don't kill people, people kill people. Well, it's people with guns, actually, who kill people. And unfortunately, like you say, people are so fucked up that they cannot be trusted with those things. You're given, everybody with a gun is basically someone waiting on the edge. Because you wouldn't have a gun unless you felt threatened. And if that threat ever becomes real in your eyes, well, we all know what step 2 is. And then you hope you get a good lawyer, and maybe you get off either with manslaughter, or if you cry enough or have good legs for the jury, you get away with murder. But comic books and murder and hobbies and everything is just getting so jumbled up. And everybody wants to point a finger, and the finger that should be pointed is that there is basically no society left in America. Everybody makes fun of immigrants, but a lot of immigrants have usually they still go to church. You don't have to believe in God or whatever, that's somebody else's deal, but they go to church, they have jobs, they work hard, they put the kids through school, they want the kids to be doctors or lawyers or whatever the hell, they want to be better. I had a student today tell me he was from Ecuador and he came from the shittiest neighborhood in Ecuador that you could possibly imagine, murders and all kinds of shit. And this kid made it to New York And he said, you know, it's not where you come from, it's what you do and who you are. And I'm like, oh motherfucker, this guy grew up in a place where like they murder people like every other minute. You know, we think we live in a violent society. Holy shit. And he came to this realization, what the fuck's with American kids who can't get their heads on iPods or phones or computers or even video rants long enough to realize that they're people